Hey, hey,
How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'm good. How you doing?
Man, are we live, man? Are we
We
live?
live.
Tell
We
me, are
live.
we live?
We live.
I
We
need to know,
live.
are we live?
We live. We live.
Somebody let me know if we live out there.
Y'all
we
let us
live?
know. Are we live?
Okay.
Are y'all live?
Okay.
Live and
Man,
kicking.
how are you doing this evening, sir?
I'm doing good, man.
I know,
I'm
right?
still recovering from the little cold that tried to
Kicking.
hit me.
Come on in the studio, everybody. Come on in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're a little bit under the weather today.
Just tiny bit.
Please take care of
I
yourself.
took some of that NyQuil last night and it was
tiny
pissing
bit.
me out.
Okay.
Yes,
The old
sir.
quill, huh?
Yeah, man. Oh, man.
I need your strength to be up for this weekend, right?
Oh yeah, man. This weekend's gonna be on and popping, bro. We gotta do what we do over here, man. And I'm excited. I'm on pins and needles and everything. So,
That's right. Oh, come on, man. You know it's gonna come off. We're gonna pull it off. You're gonna pull it off as you always do. You're outstanding, man.
Yes,
hey, Swole Guy, thank you for coming in, Swole Guy. Hey, I tried to reach out to you, man, when you were on your way back from that camping trip. There was a lot of good information that you were putting out, man. I really wanted to get you on the show. But hey, hold that thought because we definitely gonna do a camping episode. And I definitely want to hear that story that you guys have to share on that last outing that you were on. Hey, Top, how you doing? Thanks for joining us tonight. Joe, 305FG.
Kodak talking about some 2 Live crew.
Hey, Kodak. Hey, Caramel. Oh, man.
Ooh.
Kodak, hey, man, you go out there and do a police call, man. Hey, Tina Lightfoot. Hey, thanks for joining us.
Yes. They coming in, man. They coming in.
Yeah, they coming in, man. They coming in, man.
Yeah, Tina Lightfoot, the one that ordered some shirts, man. We have to get her some shirts, man.
I know, man. Production is picking up. Hopefully everything's gonna be on point.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you order merchandise, bear with us. We're trying to get it out as fast as we can. And we definitely want to get it to you because we want to get the word out. We want to share right on with Ksolo The Podcast with Logic with everybody, so everybody can tune in because we will be the premier podcast channel for the culture. Isn't that right? Like?
The premier.
You started that.
Premier. The premier. I started
the premier. You started it. Hey, man. Hey, shout out to all our veterans out there, man. I did a little episode yesterday.
All our veterans out there. Yeah, even if you was not in the Air Force, you're still a veteran. I still recognize you, know.
See, I'm gonna unplug him right now. Let me find this. I'm gonna unplug him right now. Joe, the Tennessee 2. How y'all doing? Thanks for joining us tonight.
Hey.
Thank you. That 11 bang bang. We see you out there, man. We see you out there. Okay, Tina says she want a red hat. What? Oh, a red hat, black shirt. We don't have red hats.
We don't have red hats? I thought you had a red hat on there. Did you not?
Yes, we do.
Black.
I don't even know our own merchandise.
See?
I know we know our own merchandise, man.
See?
I know. David Bell, how you doing, sir?
The Bell's in the house.
Right. Hey, folks, we out here beating we're beating our gums tonight. Listen, we're going to be talking to two riding couples, man. And boy, I tell you, they have some stories to tell, some adventures to share with you tonight. We're going to dive right in with them. Our first couple, Logic. Talk to us.
Oh, our first couple. I thought we didn't bring them all on. Our first couple is Lisa and Curtis. Lisa and Curtis. Lisa and Curtis. They coming in. What?
They coming in. They're on. How y'all doing?
There they go.
Okay. I don't know what's up with that. Man, we're glad to have y'all tonight. We're glad to have y'all. And okay. And our next couple out of VA, the State for Lovers, no other than my Three Flags Classic brother and sister and RTE fam, Carl and John. How y'all doing?
What's good?
Hey.
Hey, y'all.
Hey.
Y'all for joining us. Thank y'all for
Yes,
joining us.
yes.
We are excited to have y'all.
Thank you for having us.
Yesterday, we do our pre-production, and I'm telling you, folks, we basically had a show yesterday. These couples here have some
just had to stop them.
Stories to tell. They have some adventures to share with you. And somebody's already let the cat out of the bag. Newlyweds. Yes, we got newlyweds tonight. But we're gonna, because we know this is gonna be a kind of a lengthy episode, we're just gonna go ahead and jump right in it. Logic, I'm gonna let you go ahead and start off.
Me?
Come on, man. You know how we do this. I'm gonna let you go ahead and start off with Mr. Curtis and Lisa tonight.
Mr. Curtis and Lisa. Well, you know what? It's great. It's great to see y'all here. We're glad that y'all came on and everything. Y'all hung in there because we missed each other the first time, but we said we was gonna get you. We got you anyway. So I was go ahead and y'all go ahead and introduce yourselves to everyone. Introduce yourselves to everyone so that we can get this show on the road.
Can they hear?
Yeah, we can. Lisa and Curtis.
Lisa and Curtis, can you hear us?
Go ahead, Curtis.
I've been authorized to who's on us?
Yeah, you.
Curtis, aka GQ.
Okay.
And I'm Lisa, aka, and we're both Indian Challenger riders.
We see that. You two are out of where?
Olive Branch, Mississippi.
Olive Branch, Mississippi. Okay. And you two ride Challengers. You two have been riding together for how long now?
4 years. Give or take. Four.
Yeah.
Okay. So typically relatively new riding together, but at the same time, did y'all ride two up prior to?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, we did 2 up for about a year and a half, maybe.
Okay.
Year and a half. Okay. All right.
Yeah, I backpacked for a while. I decided that I wanted to venture out and try to learn how to ride myself because it looked like so much fun, not knowing that it's harder than it looks. Takes a lot of focus, concentration, paying attention to your surroundings as well as what you're doing yourself on your motorcycle. But all in all, it's been a wonderful ride.
Okay.
That's good. Hey, so I know Lisa got an interesting story. So I want Lisa go ahead and we're gonna get to Curtis. Go ahead and let us know what made you want to say, you know what, I'm getting off the back of this bike and getting on my own tubes.
I was with my husband. We had went to Pound for Pound, and I saw a bunch of pull in on Harleys, and that just absolutely amazed me because I had never seen that before because I never really just went out on the set. And when I saw that, I was like, man, I can do that. I used to drive a 5-speed, so I can do that. So I came home and I started going on the Harley website because they say you had to go to Harley MSF class. And so I looked up some classes. I put myself in class. I told my husband, I said, I put myself in class. And he's like, okay, because I really don't think he believed I did it. So after that, I went to the class. I think before I got out of class and went to class, I found a bike. Yeah. And I told him, hey, we're finna go to Florence. And lo and behold, we went and got that bike.
Okay.
So from there, I just started learning how to ride. A lot of trials and errors, but good learning experience.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Now we're gonna jump over here because we're gonna try to keep this show moving tonight because we got a lot of good information that we want to try to put out to everybody and share your adventures. Now, Carl and John.
Hey.
Can you hear us, Carl and John?
Hey, what it do?
All right. Okay. So introduce yourselves, please.
I'm Carl, aka Sojourner.
Okay.
I'm Johnetta, John.
Okay.
We live in Virginia Beach, Virginia.
Okay, listen, folks. We need to go ahead and break this ice tonight, because the conversation that we had yesterday in pre-production, we were all just having a good time. Everybody was just lollygagging. Everything was good and flowing.
Yeah.
And tonight we sit here like, you go,
Right?
and we already know who's the talker. So let's get to talking.
Right. I told you last. I said we should record this and play it tomorrow, because they was going on and on and on.
Yeah.
It was going on and on, folks. I'm telling you, in our pre-production, man, we try to introduce the couple to the platform.
Yeah.
And kind of let them know how everything is going to go. We kind of get our dialogue down and make sure our comms and everything is up. And I'm telling you, the information was flowing so beautiful. The stories were there, the laughter were there. So we've been anticipating this show, and I know you have too, but we're going to bring it to you, because we're going to break this ice and we're going to get it out. Now, Carl and John, John, I'm going to start with you. You've been riding a little bit, maybe, I don't want to say longer than Carl, because Carl been riding independent pretty much.
I've been riding since 2006.
Okay.
I started on a sports bike, and I was riding everywhere. I wanted to learn everything. I wanted to ride my sports bike everywhere. And
okay.
I was in a club briefly, and I was always riding by myself. So that didn't work out. So I just was continue riding by myself. But when I got Harley, that was all she wrote. I was everywhere. I wanted to ride everywhere. And
okay.
So that was my riding experience. I guess me going to the all-female rides, anything that wasn't MC, I just, draw to it. And that was like, I want to ride there just to see it.
Right.
Okay.
Right.
Now, Carl, we briefly spoke about your riding history. Let the people know.
Well, I've been riding since, I guess I'll say Hector was a pup, but once
I have no idea what that means.
I know, right?
But yeah,
oh goodness,
exactly, getting out and riding a sports bike first, and then I graduated from sports bike to bagger. I got my first bagger in 2016 of Victory Cross Country, and been riding. I rode all the states, Canada, all by myself, and then I end up getting my 2019 Road Glide in 19, and still was riding by myself until I ran across John. But
okay.
All right. Well, let's ask Curtis, because I know Curtis got a long, like him and Lisa only been riding together for four or so years, but I believe Curtis been riding a long time. So Curtis, tell us about your journey a little bit.
Oh, you're on mute.
Is he on mute? We can't hear y'all.
Now you.
Go ahead.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. When I was 12, 13, a young lady up the street from us, her dad bought her a Honda moped, and she let everybody on the street ride it. And I rode it down the street, and I rode back, and right then and there, I knew I had to have a motorcycle. And my mom wasn't having it. You buy a motorcycle till you leave my house. Lo and behold, I joined the Marine Corps in 84, went to California in 85, May of 85, July of 85, I bought my first motorcycle. A young FJ 1200. Took me to go 14 miles from Newport to El Toro Air Station. Took me about 3 hours because I didn't know how to ride. First gear, but got the bike back to base. Didn't take any safety courses. Took it on into the barracks parking lot, and within a month, I was riding on the highway.
So, wow. So you were one of those ones who didn't adhere to the weekend safety briefing of going out.
None. No.
I know that's right, man.
I noticed he had to slide in. I joined the Marine Corps. You know, I noticed that, right? You know, I noticed that.
Look. Let's go ahead on and get this cat out of the bag. Ksolo, United States Army. Carl, Sergeant Major.
United States Army.
John.
FedEx.
I love it.
33 years. FedEx.
John was in the Army. Oh man! But listen,
wait a minute, Lisa.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lisa.
Are they frozen? Oh, there you go, Lisa. Military.
Yeah. Huh?
Which branch?
What branch?
Were you in the military?
I was in the Army.
Okay. So, Logic, we need for you to stand fast. Stand down.
That doesn't work.
Logic, stand down. Oh man, we're sorry. We apologize, y'all. Go ahead.
And we know Curtis was in the United States Marine Corps.
Yeah, 100.
Okay.
Yeah, and don't ever call him a.
Yeah.
Right. You don't ever do that. You don't ever do that. You never call him a soldier.
Yeah, I made
Marine forever. Okay. But yeah, though, I mean, so basically, we've all got riding. We all have riding experience up here over the years. We all started on different ways. We all pretty much a lot of us started on sports bike, maybe sports touring with that FJ, but in a sense, sports bikes. Mm-hmm. Now, we're gonna go ahead and move forward. You've been riding 4 years together, the Stone family. And so in that 4 years of riding together side by side, what have been probably one of the most impactful things that you two have experienced and with that tandem riding together and just being out there on your motorcycle, enjoying that freedom as a couple? What has been probably one of the most impactful things that you have experienced?
Say that one more time.
What has been the most impactful, one of the most impactful, either it relationship bonding, either it's been a communication, either it's been just your drive to see each other accomplish a goal or finish the ride?
Oh, there it goes. You want me to answer that?
It's open. It's open. Either or.
Oh, it's open. You know, it's that conversation can go so many directions. Well, I think with the relationship part of it, watching her grow as a rider, one of the big ones. Watch her blossom as a rider, and to step back when we're out riding or we're at club functions, just step back and watch her move the crowd. Right. And people are always saying that we seen you ride and you can ride, and you can do this, that, and the other, and yada, yada, yada. Makes me feel good. It really does. Because one, I played a big part in teaching her how to ride. Yeah, she had to have the ability to learn how to ride, but just to watch her do a thing. Yeah.
Okay.
That's for good. Me, it's us. It's us out there together, riding together, doing this as a couple, having to trust each other's judgment. When we did have on our scenas, talking back and forth to each other, because we spent a whole lot of time talking to each other, especially when we're on long trips and we're kind of like winding down and both of us are getting tired. So now we just talk about everything, and I'll be like, oh, did you see that? Or something like that. And then I was like, oh, I forgot. We can't be looking off anyway. But it's about It's about building that trust and that relationship. And also him trusting me enough to let me ride my ride. I ride the way I ride. He rides the way he rides. I've never tried to ride like somebody else. I just ride my own ride. And he allows me to do that, And so it's just been basically building that trust and that relationship and, bringing us closer together, because now we have something that really brings us together. Because early in our marriage, when he used to ride all the time, it was a problem.
Yeah.
Until I got on the bike myself, and now I just love that freedom. So now I understand why he was always trying to ride.
Okay. That's
okay.
good.
Yeah.
There's different dynamics. I said this in pre-production, and we're gonna move to Carl and John. The different dynamics with Curtis and Lisa is that Lisa didn't ride, and then she started to ride, and now you have the dynamics on the other side where they both were already riders, and then they came together and then started to ride. So on the same question that Ksolo asked the Stones. What was the most impactful thing about y'all riding together, coming from I was a rider and I was a rider. Now we're riding together.
Well, for me, the most impactful thing was I wanted to ride, like say I picked a trip, like I wanted to go look at the statue in South Dakota. And I said, hey, wouldn't it be cool if we rode there? He said, you want to ride all the way there to look at a statue? I said, yes. I want to do that. And his reaction like surprised me, shocked me, because he was like, let's do it. Plan it. And for him to support me, to want to do something like that, I was just like floored, because I always did things like that by myself. Mm-hmm. And for us to do that trip, and then it went from another trip to another trip. And then also when our bikes got stolen, and he realized how much I loved my bike and how passionate I was about riding. That at that point, I think we had only been together like maybe 9 months, and it was like, oh, that's he's the one. Because for me to lay there and cry like a 3-year-old because my bike got stolen, and he was like, baby, it's gonna be all right. I got you. Mm-hmm. And from that day on, he's always supported me. And, no matter where I wanted to ride, I got you. So that is the most impactful thing for me in our relationship, because I never had that support before, because I was always riding by myself.
Okay. And for me, it was, as Curtis said, it was learning how to communicate with and without the sceners. Building that trust in one another on how we ride. And for me personally, It was chipping off my ego as a man, because I had an alpha female that knew how to ride. So it wasn't only me telling her or sharing things with her. I was learning things from her as well. So just me learning how to take in corrective criticism from her, and just getting ideas from her experience as she was riding, because we both got different experiences. But sometimes as a man, we don't want to listen. Right. But I said, okay, I gotta tone my ego down, because I got somebody that know how to ride. So it's just put myself in a personal perspective to be a teacher and a student, on that part. But like they said, the communication. Learning how to communicate, because in the beginning, it was rough, because we were both learning each other still as a couple. But then we get on the bikes, my thing is I got to protect her. So I got a lot going on in my head. I need to protect her. I need to watch her. I need to watch myself, but all in all, it ended up, as we started riding more and more, it got better and better. But like I said, it's just toning down the ego as a man, so I can take some, some tidbits from her, because I have learned a lot from her.
Right. Okay. Now I have to ask this question, because you just brought it up. I've had things stolen off my bike before, and I know how I felt. But to actually have your bike stolen, please share that moment with us, because we remember seeing the post on social media, and it I mean, I was floored. I was like, what? A bike was stolen?
Yeah.
So it's like I had just went. She asked me if I took my helmet off the bike. Mm-hmm. So I went and got my helmet off the bike. We went back to the hotel.
We were in San Antonio. Excuse me. We was in San Antonio, Texas.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we was in San Antonio by the Riverwalk. Nice hotel, but maybe about 1:30, 2 o'clock, get a phone call, and the lady says, "Do you ride?" So I sat straight up in the bed, and I thought she was asleep, but she jumped straight up. "Do you ride a such and such bike?" And I said, "Yeah." And she was like, "They were stolen." So before I can even do anything, it was like Superwoman had got dressed in the phone booth and went downstairs, past the elevator and everything. He was at the front desk. and then when I got on the elevator, I could hear at the top of her lungs, I was like, they ain't got to worry about me, it's her. Right. Because she's like, me, I was out calm and cool about it. First thing I did was, got down there. First thing I did was go look at the cameras to see which way it was, because every time I go to a hotel, if they got a camera at the front, I want to take a picture of it and see where it's pointing at. Well, those cameras wasn't pointing the same way when we first went in the hotel. Mm-mm. So end up throughout the night, there's some stuff I ain't gonna say, but no, but what she cut up. I mean, we had Reef. Reef was kind of like my little buffer, but she was like, I'm gonna call my insurance company and I'm gonna let them know. So when I called them, I was like, yeah, okay. They said you gotta wait 18 days. I'm waiting 18 days, and I'm getting pumped up by Reef. Yeah, hey, Reef.
No, Reef came to pick us up. Shopping.
Yeah, he came to pick us up. Okay. He came to pick us up to go Indian shopping, right? But she like, I want Jon Snow.
Oh Lord. Right.
Yes.
Right. Okay.
Like a baby. And at that point, that's when I knew he was the one. Because anybody else would thought I was like insane.
But they found them the next day. They found them the next day, about 10 miles from the hotel in a Quartel Ran hotel
complex.
So we had to get escorted and got a U-Haul, put the bikes on the U-Haul, and we made the best of the trip. So everybody say a trip can make you or break you, right? So on the way back from the trip, we stopped in Mobile, stayed all night, went downtown, and we sat there and just chilled and enjoyed ourselves. And I told her, I said, this is so funny. We rode the bikes here. Now they riding us back to Virginia.
Right. So if we were not going to be together, it probably would have been that trip.
Okay. Now I'm gonna jump to the Stones. The Stone. Have you had any type of experience like that while you have been out on any of your adventures?
Because we know y'all been riding a lot of places.
Right. I've seen the places that you've been.
No.
No. Oh, so y'all go to places like the Grand Canyon. I'm the audio.
Y'all breaking up a little bit, Stone family.
We haven't
Team
been
Stone.
there yet, but
okay.
Colorado National Park, and that's when you say, "Look at God, look at beauty, look at nature." You know that no man could have done that. That was a Colorado National Monument Park, and it was just absolutely beautiful, absolutely breathtaking. I was absolutely afraid when we first got down there, but I can never let my husband know I'm afraid. I just be like, Lord, be with me, help me, guide me, lead me, help me to get up this mountain and back down this mountain. But I was when my husband told me we were going to ride the Colorado National Monument Park, because he loves going on YouTube, I'm like, I don't want to look at it. But then I looked at it and I was like, oh my God. But I'm that brave person. I'm not going to back down from too many things. So I said, you know what? I'm just going to make like I'm on the dragon, and I'm just going to go on up this hill. And I did it. And it was really, really, really beautiful. That was so was that my 50th birthday trip? 50th birthday. Yeah, part of my 50th birthday trip.
Okay. And
that's good. That's
good. So your rides have been more of a spiritual connection, a spiritual bonding for you two riding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because he takes me to some places where I got to call on the Lord. When we went to Pike Peak, yeah, that was part of my 50th birthday. We left Olive Branch and we rode into Albuquerque, New Mexico. We left New Mexico and we rode into Vegas, where we spent 3 days. We left Vegas and we rode to Fruita, Colorado. That's when we did the $1 Million Highway and the Colorado National Monument Park. And then we left Fruita and we went to Texas, where we were only going to spend a night, but when we woke up, it was storming. So I had to call downstairs and tell them we need another day. Right. Then we left Shamrock, Texas, and we came home.
Yeah, that was a good trip.
Okay. So I got a question. So while you up there calling on the Lord, because you can't, you got to go up this hill and everything. Are you in the Cena with Curtis? Are you in his ear?
No. We rarely use them now because my music and his music is different, and we rarely use them. And plus, they've gotten old because we've had them since 1920 when we first started riding, and we probably need to get some more. But
she said 1920.
I mean 2019.
You over there doing the math, don't you, bro?
I'm trying to tell you, man. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on.
She said she was only riding for 4 years. Now she's talking about some 1920.
Wait a minute. She went Bessie now.
That was another Colorado National Monument Park. And if you look down there, that is the highway or the road we came up to get to where we are.
Okay.
And this was beautiful.
I have to put that on the list, babe.
See, that's what happened right there.
Did y'all do the Dugway, the dirt gravel road up there?
I don't think I took any pictures of that. But the highway was really, just don't look down. That's what you tell yourself. Don't look down.
Right.
As they said in the movie Life, eyes front, boss.
Eyes front. Well, look, I had something you said earlier, Lisa. You said you took your riding test, you went to a Harley testing facility. So why didn't you get a Harley? Why did you get an Indy?
Oh man, when I was riding that Harley, that bike was so hot. Ooh, that bike got too hot.
Okay.
And so I had a cousin who had a Harley that we kept in our garage. And I went out there, I got on it, I tried to move it. It was really difficult. And he had he had the street glide, and that bike was heavy. It was too difficult to move for me. So I just didn't want a Harley. And Harleys are kind of expensive too, you know.
They are the same prices as Indian. They're the same prices as Indian. So you know, it's not that bad.
Look at Curtis like, nope.
Mr. Curtis is not that bad.
Curtis like,
I'm gonna ask this question here. Who leads on your rides? Who's the point person on the ride, and who sets the distance, or per se call the stops? I know your ride is planned out, but some people sit there and say, well, we're going to ride 100. We're going to ride 50. I'm going to jump to Carl and John. Who sets the I'm going to jump to Carl and John, and then I'm going to come back to the Stones.
Well, I pretty much set the pace. Like, we ride as long as I ride. So when I get tired, that's when we pull over. I'm usually always lead.
Okay.
I was a road captain in my club, but for us, it's like we're just gonna go off what I'll decide when we're gonna pull over and get gas. And when I'm tired, then that's when we stop. So I pretty much set the pace.
Okay.
And
you run up front. You lead in the way. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. But sometimes I want him to get in front, but he be like, "No, you play around too much." So,
Carl, what's your take on that, Carl?
Hey, I could tell when she on the radio are trying to do some shenanigans because she fall back like 9 semi trucks to the back. And I was like, hey, you got my 6. I need you up here. I said, you understand what got my 6 mean?
But it's not like I'm back there, playing around.
Nah, she trying to
I'm doing live.
Yeah, see,
because I'm the social media person.
Shenanigans.
Whatever. So
you the PR.
She do it.
Like, you play around too much, just go on, get in the front. And I'm just, okay, no problem.
So Curtis, you do all the rides over there on the Stone side?
I plan them all.
Okay.
I plan them all. She'll say, like, for her birthday, I want to go to Vegas. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. I said, you sure? She said, yeah. I said, okay, you can get your iron butt and your saddle sword 1500 on this trip if you want to. Okay, what do I have to do? So I told her, and she got the paperwork, read it, and she came to me and she said, so we got to do this in how many hours? 36. We can do that? I said, yeah, we can. And the previous longest trip she had was 800. I always knew she had it in her, but you have to convince yourself that you can do it. She's a no quit.
Right.
And she asked me, okay, when it came to the day before to leave, she said, what time we leave? And I gave her a time, and we got to the gas station. Okay, this is what we got to do. If you got to use a restroom, don't get the fuel. We get the fuel when it's time to roll. I know. And we struck out. And when I tell you, I was impressed because usually there's a complaint, there's a whine, there's a, I don't want to do on any road trip we take. But this was her road trip to prove a point. And we did a little over 4,000 miles and not one complaint until we docked this door at home. Which kind of made me happy. Which I thought, here I'll let bleep, but yeah, she did this trip. She did it 100.
See, Solo and Logic, this was something that I wanted to do, and because I wanted to do it, I made sure that I was going to do it. I wanted to get my bone and I wanted to get my saddle sore because it's just proven to me that I'm capable and able of doing it, and it's something that I wanted to do. And it's like, if I set my mind to do something, I'm going to do what I set my mind to do. And I knew that if it was my trip, there was no sense in me complaining. We went to the gas station. I went in there, took care of business. I'm back on that bike. Took care of business, back on that bike. I knew, hey, wasn't no playing around. We got to turn and burn.
Right. And not only that, the week before I told her, and we conversated before ride, and I told her, I'm going to tell you something, and it impresses me now that you would be willing to take on a ride like this. But when we touch down in Vegas, when you get home, you can go to any clubhouse. Let them know, mother bleepers, I'm here. I don't put the miles in. What have you done this week? It's
mother bleeper.
To anybody that rides, it's bragging rights.
Right.
Because most of the people that we know, most of them, don't.
We're having audio difficulties. We're having audio difficulties over there.
Oh, it's all about the journey. The destination is always cool because there's always some stuff I want to see, but it's the in-between part that makes us who we are.
Right.
Yeah.
It makes us who we are.
Yeah.
The gas station stops, the people you meet, at the hotel, you're standing in the parking lot, like we went to Nashville.
Oh, we lost.
Okay, we've lost them. Yeah, they I don't know what it is. Their signal. But Carl and John, we're going to ask you that same question. When you're riding together, that bond, that connection, who sets the route, who says the destination, who says, and I know, John, you said, you lead and you do this, but it takes that planning, that couples planning to do the rides that we do. Go ahead.
So for us, she'll come and set a destination. I got a map on the wall in the garage. I set the route. She'll set the pace as well. We'll both set the pace, but I've learned is more peaceful if you let the queen kind of lead. So so you can have a little peace. Because sometimes I get tunnel vision and forget that she with me. Mm-hmm. And she gotta hit that scene and say, hey, I'm riding with you, right?
Right.
But she basically does that, and most of our rides is like she's challenging herself, I'm challenging myself.
Yeah.
Okay.
We challenging each other. We make these little challenges between each other. Mm-hmm. And it also helps us to, like, with our spiritual bond with each other, and like Curtis was saying, is getting out and seeing all the beautiful things that we know that some of our peers back in Virginia don't get to see. A lot of, we just come back, a lot of people are missing out, just being in the area. Mm-hmm. Get out and ride that bike.
Right.
And when we get out, like sometimes I'll look through the thing and say, oh, it's a historical site over here.
Stop there.
So we plan to make a stop there. And like I say, if she got to go to the restroom, I'm gassing up. If I got to go, she gassing up. And sometimes we'll stop, have a little snack or whatever. But we get back on the bikes and get where we got to go. And we also...
Okay.
So...
Yeah.
That's good. Okay. Route 66. Yeah. Those and now I want to ask about your gas stops while we're talking about it. Share a little bit of that with us, because you have a technique that you two practice when you on long rides that some people may say, hey, that's interesting. Maybe we're going to incorporate that. So how did y'all come about that, and tell us a little bit why you do it?
Okay. I was doing it by myself. I mean, I actually drove the 50 states in my semi truck. Mm-hmm. So I knew about the truck stops and the theater room. So I told her one day, I said, I want to show you how I used to ride by myself. I'm going to take you to a truck stop, but it's certain truck stops that got the nice theater rooms. Mm-hmm. And that's, so we went to, when we start, we run off. First time we went to Colorado, we was going to Fort Collins. The first truck stop we went to, we took our 4-hour break in the theater room. So instead of having to pay $100 and something bucks for a hotel for 4 hours, you just go over there to the side of the driver's side to the theater room, and they got some of them got nice Italian comfy recliner seats. Mm-hmm. But the thing is that you're out of the elements. Mm-hmm. You're out of the sun, you're out of the rain or whatever. Right. And your bike is always secure because they always have police security at the truck stop. So I introduced her to that. And when she put it on Facebook, I was the brokest guy that she knew. Because
I looked at it a different way. I said, I want to do the true biker experience.
Yes.
So I was like, ooh, I want to try it. So we riding all the way to Colorado, and it's like, okay, so we only stopping here for a couple of hours.
Yeah.
So I got my big luggage on my back seat, but I got my backpack in my tour pack. with just like a change of clothes and my toiletries and stuff. So if I need to take a shower, it's like, well, I'm gonna take a shower at the truck stop. Oh, okay.
Yes.
So I was excited. But once I posted it, people was like, you slept at a truck stop? Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah,
like,
dude, bro.
y'all ain't got no money? I'm like, yo, we travel.
Wow. Y'all don't got no money.
I was,
I know how.
You got a Harley. You don't got no money.
Hold on. Before I met Carl, I've been a single mother for 30 years. Okay? I'm going to find a way to save some money.
Yeah, right.
That's how I was looking at it. But because we traveling everything in tubes.
Right.
Gas stops, tubes. Everything's in tubes. So I said, okay, I'm going to try the bike
Everything's in tubes.
And I enjoyed it.
Right.
That was cool.
So the thing is, people got to realize the truck stop is like a one-stop shop. If you didn't got soaking wet while it's raining, you can go inside the theater room, find you a pair of shorts or dry shorts. You can dry your clothes. You can get you a bite to eat, and you can take a shower if you want to. You know, that's how I was looking at it, us saving money. 2 truck stops and a hotel is how we ride.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I mean, what sense it make to spend almost $200 because you know the people gonna gas you. And then when you go in the truck stop,
right.
And I have to say, when they see her, a woman riding a motorcycle, people were like, I'm gonna pay for your shower, I'll buy you some food and this and that. I'm like, no, I got over 2 million points from driving trucks for a shower. But people are intrigued. The truckers, the thing is, you have to respect that's the trucker's house. So, but the truckers normally be inside their trucks sleeping. But when they come out and they see us, they asking questions. Where y'all coming from? And they're just excited. And that's another way of communicating with another.
It's that interaction. It's that connection.
Yeah.
It's that connection.
And they just intrigued about how when
it's
she
that conduit that connect you. That conversation. Yeah.
So it's
right.
I mean, it's a beautiful thing. I mean, a lot of people probably don't even worry about that. But I'm like this here. I'd rather sleep at a truck stop than the rest area anytime.
Amen.
I just find me a truck stop and go into the theater room. They don't mind, you know. But like you say, you can get you a strong, solid nap, not a peekaboo nap. Where if you're at a rest area, you're jumping up, trying to. If you hear any noise, I have to take my shoes off. Everything again.
They got leather recliners.
Right. Right. I've been to some of those before, and I didn't. But you know, we got a word that we call when we ride. I said we bougie. We got to go stay somewhere. But ain't nothing wrong with that. But let me ask. I got a question
all around tonight, folks.
You see, I got something that was said last night in the pre-production, and I wanted to bring this back up. I believe Curtis said this, and we talked about the places y'all ride. So all 4 of y'all have been all over the place, and that's great. And I believe it was Curtis. If I'm wrong, please correct me. It said we go where others will not go, and that hit me. And I said, you know, a lot of us won't challenge ourselves. We'll just find places that everybody goes to, especially in our culture. We just go to that destination and we won't explore out. I believe that was you, Curtis. Can you give me go a little bit deeper? I added something on my question that says we go where others will not go. And then I said, and have a story about it where we went, because people ain't gonna believe it. Curtis, can you break that down a little bit more for us?
Yeah. Sure thing. I went my first long trip. A couple of friends of mine took me to Colorado to get my iron butt. And when we got there, we're sitting around, we're chit-chatting. I said, you know what? I told them how much I appreciated them taking me on this trip. And myself, Teal, my homeboy Stokes, and myself, we're chit-chatting and jumped on the bikes, rode a little bit, and it just clicking in my head. We're traveling the road less traveled. And Mileage Masters came into play. And that's what I call my riding group, is Mileage Masters, because when we're on the road as motorcycle riders, be it you're going to do 100 miles or 1,000 miles. You're in control of your destiny while you're getting those miles in. Mm-hmm. You're mastering your craft while you're getting those miles. That's where the name came in at. There's a lot of different directions I could take that question, but we don't have the time.
Let's talk about Pikes Peak.
Okay.
You know, when we went to Pikes Peak.
When we went to Pikes Peak, and this is on a spiritual level, I took Mama and two of other people rode with us. And I always say I'm going to take somebody, every trip I go on, I want to take somebody that hasn't been to the destination that I have planned. And we went to Pikes Peak, went up Pikes Peak, a moving experience if you've never done it before.
Yes,
but to get up that high, and I'm up there and I'm just looking, and I was moved to go around the guardrail and go out onto the mountain, and I just stood there and was shaken of how amazing this country truly and it bothers me that it not as much now that it used to, that all of the people I know that ride, their radius is 200 miles. And I'm always, like I say, I always try to take somebody somewhere that they've never been. And and or you ask, the more you say no, the less you ask. Well, dealing with Mama, she always said, well, you still have to ask them. So I'll still put it out there. Okay, come on, we're gonna go to Bumfuck Egypt. You want to go? Well, you'll have 20 people that say yes until you meet up at the gas station. It's 2. And sometimes it's 2.
Yeah.
But the ride must go on. But it for me, and I know I'm all over the place because that's how I talk.
Go ahead, brother.
It's okay. Go ahead.
Totally spiritual thing for me. I get to, not only is it spiritual for me, I get to see people's faces when they see what I see. And what I see is God's beauty.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Pikes Peak was wonderful, but going across Utah, going across Arizona, there are places in the United States that will move you literally to almost tears. Just to see, if you're a spiritual person, it just moves you. And to see other people's faces that they're standing there and they're looking and they can't speak, that's amazing to me. It really is.
You know, I had the opportunity to go up to Lake Placid. Lake Placid, New York, if you ever get the chance to go up that way, it is absolutely stunning and beautiful. The city of North Pole, New York, go up there. That's where they train up there for the Winter Olympics. And when I went up that mountain, they were up there doing, their ski thing with the roller skis and, training for it. But to get to the top, to take the elevator up to the top of the mountain and then just stand out there is absolutely beautiful. I've been trying to share my journeys and experience. That's another reason why I actually share my journeys and experience on social media and the way I've been doing it for years, because I've been wanting people to see the beauty of the country, the back roads, the places that you don't typically see. And I try to encourage people, go see those places, get out there, be adventurous.
The reason why I want to go see that statue in South Dakota.
Yes, indeed. I mean,
that statue. When I went out that way, it's so funny. Solo. When I went that way, I got hit up, and they say, "Hey, Logic, I'm following you." And that statue you just left, my whole team is about to pack up and we riding that way. I said, good, because I was following somebody else, so you can follow me.
Yes. Yeah. That's one of the most spiritual places I've been at, that statue in Chamberlain.
Man, that statue was awesome.
You can feel it. You can feel the spirit the peace, the tranquility, and it was like a place I could release. And I know it's gonna go because it's by water. I mean, that spiritual journey just to get there, just walking on those grounds, you can feel it. You can
do
feel
y'all
it
know
just
the
taking
history
that
of
moment
that?
to do it.
Yeah.
Do you know the history of them building that statue? That they actually kept it covered up. They actually kept it covered up until they pretty much had it done. Then they uncovered it.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That thing's awesome.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go again next year just because.
But okay. Hey folks, we've had two couple on sharing their journey experience, and I'm telling you, it's been good. And a lot of people sit there and say, well, we ride for this, well, we ride for that. But it's different when you're a couple. When you're a couple, you with your significant other, because when you ride, say I ride by myself or I solo. When I leave home, I leave my significant other home. It's like, you're not complete. And you're looking forward to coming back. It's when you out there with your significant other, your husband, your wife, and you can share those things, you can share those journeys, and it just give you more fuel to just bond together with. Because you can say, remember we rode here, remember we rode there, seeing this, and you say, yeah, I saw it together. We saw it together. It's experiencing things together for the first time. And and I say this about riding a motorcycle. It's different than riding in a car, truck, or any vehicle, because you're actually in tune with nature around you. You can smell it, you can feel it. I don't know if anybody been stung by a bee riding before, or riding behind a cattle truck, or riding behind or riding through a freshly cut field, especially when you go through a cornfield. A cornfield is so sweet smelling.
Yeah.
At that time of the year when the sun is hitting it just right, that you can't get that feeling because you're in a car, you got the AC blowing. But when you're out there in nature, man, you can just almost smell the sweetness of the cornfields.
Yeah.
I just wanted to share that. It's not about me and my journeys, but I'm really truly hoping that you two couples feel that, and definitely give this journey. What's that, sir?
I would say when we did the Three Flag Classic, that was probably the most amazing trip we ever took together. I mean, me as a person, and then collectively, because it was so much going on there and it was so much to see. And I'm just like, ooh, it was like, we laughed, we cried. And it was like, oh, this is so beautiful. Like, do you see that? Did you see that over there? And that was the most beautiful trip I believe I've ever been on. And for us to experience that, and then of course before us getting married, it was like either we gonna make it to the altar or not. That's how like that trip was like.
You two had some experiences on that trip. Hold that thought, Stone, Mr. Stone. Hold that thought. Please don't lose that.
We're coming back to you. I'm coming back, Mr. Stone. Look, I saw you put your finger up there.
Yep.
But you got that church finger. You got that church finger.
Please, John. I wanted to bring this up and address this in our conversation because I was there to see you experience some of it with you guys, from your GoPro, from the mishap with the bike and everything. I mean, and to still go through with the ride, start in Canada and finish in Tijuana, Mexico.
So from the beginning, it was like a challenge because I started out like, babe, can we go the long way to Canada? Because so I can get all my 48 states. He's like, oh, okay. But when we actually started the Three Flag Classic, it was so much going on. We just was not on one accord.
Yeah, we wasn't in sync.
Mm-hmm.
We was not in sync. So if I ever felt like the Lord was talking to us, he was talking to us that morning, because we had to go all the way back to the hotel and start from the beginning.
Yeah.
And once we started over and we prayed and we was like, okay, we got this. We're going to do this the right way. And, we put our directions in and did everything that we were supposed to do. It was like, this is the way it's supposed to be, because we needed that time, because this was, for me, it was like our honeymoon before the wedding. Mm-hmm. So it was just so much going on. But I'm glad it happened the way. I mean, not to take anything from riding with the group, you know, because I consider y'all my family, but that was our time. And when the Lord was talking to us, like, y'all need this time together because y'all about to make the biggest what do you want to call it? Like our biggest, to me, the best thing that ever happened to me in my life was meeting and marrying this man. So you about to jump the broom. So you need to experience this. And we experienced it. And every day riding through like Canada and Washington. And I was so surprised on how beautiful Oregon was. And I was like, man, you know, like, do you see this, babe? Like, do you see that? And it was just beautiful. The whole trip. Like, I have nothing bad to say about that trip. And once we finished, yeah, we had like a little snafu, whatever, but it was like tears of joy. Like, I was so happy, like we made it. And then after that, it was like, okay, we're done with the 3 Fat Classic. We're gonna go to Las Vegas and get married. And
might well.
I said, oh, this is awesome. So, and we did that, and it was amazing. It was amazing.
All right. Okay.
And
okay.
Us riding as a couple, I recommend it to everyone. Like, you should ride with your boo. Like, you should.
It was definitely a love story.
Yes.
So just real quick, like before we start any journey that we take, we have a ritual where each one of us bless the other person's bike and bless each other. We always say a prayer before we go. We bless our bikes and everything before we go. And we just put ourselves in that spiritual position so we can go out and, you know, do what we got to do. So that's every time we go, and even throughout our journey. Like just real quick about the 3 Flat Classes, we had so many snafus, but, you know, bike getting messed up, but a way was always made where things were fixed, and we just had to get on one accord, get in sync, and you know, just try to enjoy the ride, enjoy each other. But I'm telling you, anybody, you get out there and experience riding with your significant other, and I'm just going to be blunt for all you brothers. Don't be thinking you're going to be getting some all the time when you're on the road, because that bike is going to wear you out. Go wear both of y'all out.
Stop it.
It ain't no perk you think you going to have.
Hey, look, y'all trying to have a family show. The red light on. I know, right? Look, they got the red light on. Oh my God!
It's beautiful, like you say, you know, because I always tell her, we're doing all this riding together because one day we might not be able to ride, but we can sit down and have some tea or a drink and smoke a cigar and say, we can go through our memory bank in our head and say, we did this here, and be proud of what we did together as a couple.
Yes.
You know, I'm proud of myself for even just taking the time to listen when she has to speak. Because, you know, sometimes we can get in our ways. But I was like, you know, it helped change me spiritually, individually, and it's making me a better man for myself and for her. You know, and riding does that for me. That's my wind therapy. But the spiritual side of it, like you say, Solo, just getting out there, smelling everything, and you know, just feeling what God has been doing out here. You know, so it's just beautiful. So anybody, just give it a try. Give it a try.
Oh man, I have to jump over to Mr. Stone. Mr. Stone, go ahead, Logic. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Logic.
No. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I'm gonna piggyback off of
Carl.
No, the young lady.
John.
It's a good thing to be so in sync that when your partner's out of sync, you know it.
Yes.
You know it. It ain't got nothing to do with you. You just know something ain't right. because people can and laugh and giggle and shit be messed up. But to know when you're out of sync, off kilter, whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
And to say, okay, sit down. We need to talk about this because we're getting on the road in a minute.
Yeah.
We need to get this straightened out before we leave the truck stop, the hotel, the Airbnb, whatever it is. Because we're not gonna leave here sideways getting on the road because that's how stuff happens.
Right. Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
I love it.
Look,
I love
what?
it.
Yeah.
Thank you
That's
very
absolutely
much.
true.
I love it.
That's absolutely true. When I was first riding across country, and somebody else told me, and I left the first lady here, and she didn't come with me on my first cross country, and a friend of mine heard us fussing, and he said, man, sit down. He said, let me tell you something, and you can tell your first lady. He says, you can't ride that motorcycle if y'all are fussing.
Right.
He said, you cannot ride that motorcycle. He said, get back on the phone with her, clear that up before we get back on this road.
Yeah.
That's what he taught. That was one of my biggest first lessons going across country like that. So yeah, that's important.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Logic. That's very important. I mean, because we had a few snafus where nothing being said.
Because you're not gonna be
Fix it.
Say that again, Lisa. Go ahead, say that again.
Yes.
Hold on, Lisa. We just dropped. Folks, we having some technical difficulty. For some reason, the platform isn't stable tonight.
The gremlins are in the house.
The gremlins are in the house. I mean, we
having too much fun.
I know we're having too much fun.
Yeah.
We do a pre-production. We go through everything. We make sure the sounds are good. We make sure the audio's good prior to coming on. Everybody know what's going on. Everybody's in the right location. And it seems like you can leave everything set, walk away, come back the next day. The gremlins have come in, they turn your dials, your knob, flip your switches, and everything you have to go back through to reset it.
Right.
So, but we appreciate you staying with us. We appreciate you tuning in tonight with Riding with Ksolo The Podcast with Logic. Tonight we have on Curtis and Lisa Stone, Carl and John Malone, newlyweds. They've been talking about some of their riding experience, their bonding experience, some of their journeys and travels that they've been on, from Canada to Tijuana to Pikes Peak to Vegas, Nevada to Utah. Did y'all ride the Moki Dug way when y'all was up there in Utah? Back there in Moab? That dirt road, that dirt gravel road up there?
No.
Okay.
Moab,
okay.
Yeah.
Moab. But you did go to Moab.
No, we don't do dirt.
No.
You don't do dirt.
I don't do dirt.
None of that. No. I don't ride a dirt bike.
This was San Juan. Where was this picture taken at? Elevation of 10,000 feet. I have to ask that now. At that elevation. Did y'all hear me? This picture here, where was this picture taken?
Coal Bank Pass, Colorado. That's on part of the $1 Million Highway.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But you're up higher than that in certain parts.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh really?
Oh yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes.
Yeah.
Indeed. Yes indeed.
Was it difficult to breathe up there?
So we're going to wrap this episode up. But what I want to do, Logic, can you hear me?
Yes.
I think I just lost Logic. But what I want can you two couples hear me?
I'm here.
Okay, so what I want to do is anything that you could leave or pass on to another couple that's riding or just getting into riding together, or may just sit this where we want to add this to our repertoire of couples riding. What would you like to pass on to them? Either couple, it doesn't matter which one started.
That's an easy one. Be ready for it.
Okay. Be ready for
it. If life is already ugly, the bike ain't gonna make it better. You got to be ready for it. You got to be in sync. You got to trust each other. You have to put your life in another person's hand. I put it like that because that's what you're doing on the road.
Right.
The trust has got to be there, unwavering. That's about it. You got to be ready for it. I tell people all the time, man. I always hear, man, I wish my wife rode with me. You know what? Like I tell people about having twins. Don't wish that on yourself because when it happens, it's gonna happen full bore. And you used to riding with your boys, you want your wife to ride with you or your girlfriend to ride with you. Well, if she enjoys it, now you're in a long-term commitment with your wife on a motorcycle.
Right.
Maybe she doesn't. But now what if she wants a bike? And your boys call you to ride. You know, I tell folks all the time, I done lost a whole lot of riding buddies because my wife rides.
Right.
I had a couple so bold and to ask me, why is it every time you get on your bike, your wife got to be with you? Well, first off, you're talking to a grown bleeping man that makes grown man decisions. Secondly,
that's right.
On my six, more than 99% of y'all. So why would I want to ride with her over y'all?
Because he wants to sleep in the bed and not the couch.
I was getting ready to say that. It's what people feel understand. If you can make it work, it's a beautiful thing. Because not everybody's meant to ride with everybody.
Right.
Nah.
Right. John, Carl.
So
it's
I would say
not everybody's meant to ride.
I would say before, like when you making out your list of things to accomplish on your trip that you're about to take, and especially if it's a long trip, for the couples to basically don't forget to write down the few things, like not only just seeing sights on your trip, but taking the time out. Take the time out to want to get to know each other, to get to learn each other, to talk about things. Because sometimes when you're at home, it's things that you don't talk about. But seem like when you get on that bike and you got all that time, that's your opportunity to learn how to communicate and open up and talk about some things, because now it's just you and her, you know. So put on that bucket list to just draw closer to one another. And I always tell her, we put God at the top of our triangle. The closer we do individually trying to draw to God, the closer we get to each other. So put on that bucket list, learning how to communicate, you know, for the patience, the virtue, the humility. Put all those things on that bucket list as well to try to accomplish while you're traveling, because there is some beautiful sights in this world. And some of those sights will just steal your soul. I mean, you can feel like you can repent and ask God for forgiveness some of these places. I mean, just don't forget about each other, because I always say, I won't let the road break me, because I got to come home and I want a quiet pillow. So, you know, just learn how to do the challenges together. Put a safe word if you have anything going on in your relationship, like friend, because I always tell her one thing a friend does is when you having an argument, a friend will listen to you. So our safe word is friend. One of us turn into the friend so the other one can speak. You know, find a safe word where you can not challenge each other when you're trying to accomplish something or fix something, because somebody got to listen. So somebody got to turn into the friend, you know, and let the other one speak. And then you take turns doing that. Because like you said, Logic, you can be on that bike, you got an argument going, that's going to be a horrible ride.
Oh, yeah.
That's a very horrible ride.
Oh, that happened once.
And me and her done had shenanigans in a love truck stop for over 30 minutes. I know we had an audience, maybe an hour.
It took us 8 hours to get home because we was arguing.
And we wasn't even far from home.
We had to squash that and get it straight before we got to the house.
Yeah, because I always say it like this here. I have to put my pride to the side as a man, and you have to look at the person that you with. If you love that person, there's some things you're going to work on to make things better, because you're not always on that bike. You're at home too. So you want to try to have right. Everything. It's not always going to be peachy cream, but learn how to communicate, right. Because even on the bike, you learn how to communicate right. at home. Mm-hmm. Real talk. Right. I mean, that's all I got to say. Right. Put that in the bucket list. Put that in the bucket list of just trying to get better for each other.
Right. Logic. Well, they going deep tonight, man. They going deep tonight.
Look. Half the questions I had, I didn't have to answer.
I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, they went deep tonight. But you had one other question, sir. Did you have one other question you want to?
Well, I did until they answered it. I was going to ask about the bucket list.
Yeah.
And they said they have, because my last question was just what's next? What's next on y'all journey? What's next? What is y'all bucket list? What's the next destiny or goal y'all want to accomplish as a couple?
For us, the next 3 Flag Classic. We love it now.
Okay.
All right.
It's in the blood.
Okay.
I'll be with y'all then on next time. So.
All right.
Stone family.
Stone family.
There's no set destination. It's just the next mile. The next mile.
Okay.
Hey,
the next
mile. The next fill up. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
that was my last question, man.
It's the journey.
It's the journey.
Yes, sir.
I mean, folks, this is what it's all about. This is what we try to highlight. We want to bring riders on, couples on, people that have experienced things together that you wouldn't typically experience, with your significant other, because everybody don't ride a motorcycle. Some people say, I'm not going to ride. I don't want to ride. Right. So for these couples to come on and share their journey, we greatly appreciate them. And there's so much more we can dig into, because I mean, literally, we're running out of time, because right now it's 9:18 on the Eastern Standard Time. Yes, Mr. Kurtz, go ahead.
Say one thing on that. A lot of people don't ride, but a lot of people watch us.
Yes.
And they will live their lives through us. Their fear of riding, they live out that joy through us. So
yes,
right.
When a person tells you, man, I'm afraid of a motorcycle, but I watch you guys do this, that, and the other. Man, I love what y'all do.
Yeah,
I love what y'all do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And every time you trip, you look up, they on Facebook.
Because I'm posting.
Exactly.
You know what my motto is, aspire to inspire.
That right there makes the journey worth it. It does.
Yes,
makes
sir.
The journey worth it.
Logic, what are you doing?
I was trying to point at their pictures.
Yeah. I'm posting. Like my husband said, if somebody's looking for us, they're definitely going to find us. But a lot of my friends, they live vicariously, if that's the word. Say the word. I ain't good at it. They live that through me. So they tell me, most of the time I tell them, I'm going to go on a trip. They said, posted pictures, go live, because we're going to go on this trip with you. You take us every time you go out of town. You take us with you. So they enjoy it. I post it, and I love it too.
Yes, definitely. That's why I say aspire to inspire. If you do that, you definitely.
What's your last name?
Who's that?
So I can get on Facebook.
John.
I was asking John her last.
Oh, right now it's Malone, but I still, my new name is Hillstock.
Hillstock. That's German.
Yeah. The Churn Hillstock.
Hey man, I appreciate y'all. We've enjoyed you. We definitely want to get you back on for another episode, another talk, more experience and journeys. Hopefully, we all can link up together at the Ride to Eat And
my favorite ride. My favorite ride. I love y'all.
Yeah.
I love all y'all.
Come to the Ride to Eat. We want to invite everybody to the Ride to Eat. It's going to be in Little Rock, Arkansas, 2025. First weekend in October. Always the first weekend in October. Go to the web, go to Facebook. We have a Facebook group page. You can get all the information, hotel information. We'll be posting everything where you can order your shirts from, the whole 9 yards. So listen, if you want to meet these two couples right here, come to the 2025 Reef and Ksolo official Ride to Eat. It's going to be held in Little Rock, Arkansas. Ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank y'all for coming.
Nice meeting y'all
on the highway.
Nice meeting you guys.
That's
Ksolo Logic. One love.
Thank y'all so much.
Thank y'all very much. Thank y'all very much for coming in. Oh, yeah. Hey, there's all kind of stuff going on out there, man, in the social media world. All right, y'all take care. We're going to put y'all back in the green room. We'll be reaching out to you shortly.
Blessings on y'all.
All right.
Peace out.
Peace.
Did you do the balloon? Did you do those balloons?
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I tell you, I was on with Kim Henry, and some stuff came on, and so I was like, "What in the world is this?"
I just saw balloons all of a sudden.
I know, man. I know, but Logic, are you there with me? I need you back, Logic. Come back in here, sir. Oh, man. Folks, I'm waiting for my partner to come back on. Once we get too excited, we kind of kick each other off. I don't know what's been going on tonight. But we've had a great discussion, great dialogue with two couples, Carl and John out of Virginia, Curtis and Felicia out of Mississippi. We've had great dialogue. So when we get excited, man, we're just kicking everything. I told you the Grimmins don't like it when we get excited.
Man, they just all of a sudden just kicked me off. I'm like, what?
I know. I'm like, Logic, are you there?
I'm looking up, I'm like, what's going on?
Oh man. Hey, sir, what do we got? What do we got here?
We got our raffle ticket for a 2025 Street Bomb. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes,
man.
sir.
We got raffle tickets giveaway. Hey, listen, if you've been tuning in tonight, when we've been waiting for this, on our very first podcast, we have Machiavelli on. And Machiavelli show put us on the map. I mean, it went through the roof. People chimed in, people tuned in, people said, hey, we love what you guys going on. Hey, DJ FX, hey man, I want to say thank you. We got a swag bag for you for all that you've done for the podcast, man. We love you. We appreciate you. Yes, sir. And so here's the question for tonight for your chance to win a free raffle ticket. It's a $25 raffle ticket.
Yes.
For a 2025 Street Bob. Logic, I don't know if you're going to know this one, but I want to know if somebody could tell me where Machiavelli live at. What city does he live in?
What city does Machiavelli live in? All right. Y'all answered that question, and you can have a raffle ticket.
You can have a free $25 raffle ticket for entry into a $2025 Street Bob. Hammond, Illinois. Wait a minute, Deborah Ellis. What?
Hammond, and that's Indiana, isn't it?
Yes. He lives in Hammond, Indiana.
Wow.
Wait a minute. Hey, you win. You're the first one to get
you win.
Congratulations, Deborah Ellis. Congratulations, Deborah Ellis. Man. She can't enter. Oh, I knew it. Oh, man. Wow.
Wait, Machiavelli said she can't enter. Well, the answer's already out there now.
Oh my goodness. So look, folks, stay tuned. we're gonna have drawings coming up for entry to get a ticket.
He said flag on the play.
Flag on the play. I deleted it. It's too late now. It's already out there.
It's already out.
But hey, we're gonna have fun with it, man. We're gonna have fun with it. The drawing isn't held until April of 2025, April the 1st of 2025. It's gonna be at Chi-Town Harley Davidson. So you still have time. Stay tuned. We appreciate everybody tuning in with us.
Yes.
We definitely appreciate you. Remember that the swag is in. If you are interested in purchasing a hat, a shirt, a long sleeve shirt, a hoodie, a sticker, or a patch, hit up Logic or hit up myself. We're taking orders. Orders are going out already. People have already been posting pictures with the swag. They love it. It's a great design. It's quality material. And the price is reasonable. It's not through the roof. It's not $60, $70 for a hoodie. It's reasonably priced. So definitely we appreciate you getting in, tuning in, and purchasing merchandise. Also, we want to thank everybody who's been subscribing to the channel. We had people subscribe tonight. And I love to see that. I love to see people, see an episode that sit there and say, hey, Solo, we love what you guys are doing. You and Logic got a great show. Keep doing what you're doing.
Yes.
And like I say, we want to be the premier podcast for the culture. Yes, sir. Logic, I'm gonna let you go ahead and talk for a minute because I know I kind of like been talking a bit.
You want me to talk? Listen, y'all. How's everyone doing? We're so happy that y'all came this evening. Me and Ksolo out here just having a ball. I love being his partner on this podcast. I got my shirt on. Y'all need to get you a shirt. And listen, what we want,
swagged out, man. We're swagged out.
Yeah. What we need from you, what we need from each and every last one of you, is 25 shares. And then when you share, if you find somebody on your page that shared your post, ask them to share it 25 times. Woo! You share 25 times, ask your people to share 25 times.
Share 25 times.
Share 25.
And listen, 25. I'm gonna put this out there, and I'm not gonna be afraid to put this out there.
Put it out there, man.
If we are in one of your groups, and when you post stuff and you tag us in your post for your group, and then when we try to post something in your group and you say no,
I got
come
kicked
on
out.
now.
I got kicked out.
We've been kicked out. Sit there, say, and I'm like, come on now. What's the deal? What's the deal now?
Right,
let's play fair. Let's play fair in the Sandlot.
Play fair.
But definitely, old folks, we are doing our best to give you quality episodes.
Yes.
We're working on it. We're going to be upgrading our platform here so we can get a stable platform, better quality imagery. We're working on getting ready to get our gear ready so we can hit the road because we're going to take it on the road. We're looking at the Proc 2025. We're looking at Men and Women Love to Ride. We're going to be attending some bike events as well. And we're going to be trying to get the word out that, hey, Riding with Ksolo The Podcast with Logic is the premier podcast. And if you have a message that you want to get out, get at us. We can get you on. If you want to share one of your stories and journeys with the culture, get at us. We will get you on.
All positive people.
All positive people. We're going to have nothing negative.
No negative.
That's not where we want to go with this because we want people to share.
We don't want to hear no rumors. We don't want to hear people don't do. No, we want to hear about riding and your fantastic journey that you have embarked on.
Yes, sir.
All right, man.
Yes, sir. I think we've hit that mark of 1 hour and 30 minutes.
Yes, we did. 1 hour, 30 minutes, and 11 seconds.
And we're out of here. So listen.
No.
Okay. So listen. Aspire to inspire. And if you do that, you would definitely be legendary. Logic?
Hey, ride hard, ride safe, and always ride on faith and keep it logical. Peace.
We're out of here. Good night.